here, as we're looking at the loin of pork, we can have two types of roasts. And this will, when I cut this, and I will cut it for you in a second, we can cut pork chops out of this loin of pork. This is the loin of pork. We can cut pork chops out of this, and also we can take the bone out of this and make a boneless loin of pork, a boneless roast. And for folks who are intimidated by carving in the house, you might want to have your butcher take the bone out for you and then tie it back on. So after it's cooked, you can just cut the cord, the bones fall off, and all you're doing is slicing meat.
It's also been my experience when I go to a supermarket and I see generally what people buy, they have a tendency of going for the pork chop that has the most meat, which is the loin pork chops, or the porterhouse pork chop, or the pork chop with the filet mignon in it. It sounds better, but my preference is the rib pork chop. It lies closer to the center of the animal. It has a more, as far as I'm concerned, it has more flavor and more consistency. And it has a little richer fat content. The tendency of the loin pork chop, which has the fillet in it, or the T-bone in it, has a tendency of being drier in the cooking process.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut a pork chop for you to show you quite often what you will see in the supermarket. Okay, let's discard that little piece here. Okay, I just, when the meat is this good, I just find myself looking at it and flipping it as many times as I can. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. Okay, cutting a pork chop.
If that's not gorgeous, I don't know what is. Personally, I could eat 3 or 4 of these.
And again,
and then maybe look for another one.
Oh, and some. Keep going. And again, if you look really close at this piece of meat, you can see the fine streaks of marbleization running throughout. And that's where it becomes all about flavor.
Could you imagine cutting a double pork chop, putting a little pocket in there, and stuffing it with your favorite stuffing? Baking it in the oven, slicing it down. I'm going home to eat.
Why do we have to go home to eat? You can eat right here.